just a bit of a mindset thing. It's always just like you said, just play like a couple quick plays or something like that, or just shake it off. You know, you're not always gonna have a cracked out game like every single time. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in the camp of even if you're playing bad, but you know you're still having a good time, just keep playing. I don't have an issue with it. You know, like Caden's always just like bye like KD and win loss, and it's just like who cares, man? And they always, I've noticed this, Mike and Ridge and Caden, they check each other's stats all the time. And I don't even know how to check stats. I've genuinely never ever clicked on any of you and had a look at your win loss or KD or anything. But I just play.
Well, you don't like that? You don't like people messaging you about your KD?
Yeah, they're like, oh, 0.8 KD for you, Tim. I'm like, I don't care. I was like, I really don't care.
That it happened to me when I went on when I was last having my Halo kick, like a month ago, maybe longer. And like my first game, I like did quite well, and somebody messaged me and they were like, "You fucking suck," but like gold 3 or something like that. And I was like, that stat isn't even visible in game. So they went onto a website,
they went
typed in my game tag.
Oh my
god! Yeah, that's right.
That's so...
I was like, I'm just trying to unwind here, man. Like, I don't need this.
Yeah, I've definitely passed that era in my life. Like, at one point, I was like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I was like, don't talk to me. Like, on Black Ops, I was like, you're fucking silver, mate. Don't talk to me. But, like, I'm past
but he went out of his way.
That's true. He went on, like, a different device and, like, logged in. And then so I shot at him, man.
No, I think we had a trash talk era, but I don't think, like...
Oh, some Modern Warfare 2 lobbies got real toxic, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like these days, if someone messages me, I just kind of mess with them. You know, like if you have a cold caller, and that's kind of how I treat these things now.
Yeah.
If somebody's like, "Man, you really suck," I'm just like, I'm blind. I'm blind.
Yeah.
Some of us have real problems to deal with here. Like, can you show some respect?
How dare you call me? Yeah. Definitely gotta have fun with it. We are live, by the way.
We are live.
Are the docs? Am I looking at 1.16 v2? Am I?
Oh yeah, 1.16 v2. There's like not much on it. I just figured we'd just go with that, and then we'll just sort of pick and choose
goosey
from the old one. From the original 1.16. Oh yeah, speaking of which, let me make sure I open.
Hi, Tim. How's your Sunday going?
My man's gonna have a lot more Wikipedia pages to update now.
Oh yeah, with the whole.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All that stuff going through. Oh, juicy. Juicy.
It goes for us as well, doesn't it? Like it's pretty crazy that we've managed to pad out an Xbox podcast for 116 episodes when we're just talking about. We're not just talking about gaming. We're talking about Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
We've managed to pad out 116 episodes, and now it's like Xbox and Bethesda and Activision. I'm not talking about King. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about fucking Candy Crush Saga, or there was like another one. It was like Wicked Witch Saga or something. I'm not talking about that, man.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, yeah, they're big, and mobile gaming is. I'm starting to understand mobile gaming more. I have to admit. I'm scared.
I understand it.
I'm actually. Can you check the time played, like time used on apps? I know you can, but let me have a look and see how much I've got on Marvel Snap.
Do it. I mean, is it just Marvel Snap?
Yeah, I basically only play Marvel Snap. Yeah.
Because that doesn't surprise me, because those are like our types of games. Like we had a long time in Hearthstone.
Yeah, we did.
And like that little Doom game was really good as well. I thought that was good, but that felt like more of a mobile game, whereas Marvel Snap and Hearthstone feel like this is a really good card game, whether it's on a phone or not.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah. No, I don't think you can. Screen time. Oh, okay, hang on. Daily. No, not hourly. Times opened. App timer. No, I don't think there is. actually.
What would you estimate?
I've been playing it for like, well, since it came out. I've been playing it for like a year, like pretty consistently. I probably dropped off a couple of the seasons. And they do like a season every month, like with a battle pass with like cool like variants and skins and like a theme and stuff like that. So it's like they really pump like a lot of content into the game, and it's not like shit content from what I can tell. Like it's actually pretty decent. Like I bought the last couple. They're like £9, but like you get your money back sort of thing. You know, like you earn like the premium currency and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I would estimate. I'd estimate probably a few days game time.
Nice.
Yeah.
50, 60, 70 hours, yeah.
Yeah. Android app overall. How to check app usage stats on Android in 3 ways. Show your data. Oh, okay, I'll look it up. But yeah, it's quite a lot. So yeah, I'm starting to understand mobile gaming a little bit more. Yeah, but then like you said, those are very much our kind of games. Like yeah, we played a lot of Hearthstone. We even dabbled in things like Gwent and stuff like that. I love Marvel Snap. I loved Midnight Suns.
Physical card games as well, right?
Yeah.
Like we used to play.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, Slay the Spire, another massive one for us. Like God, I put so many hours into that game.
So good.
Yeah, and there are games out there that I still want to play of that sort of type as well, like Neon White and stuff like that. Those are very much on my radar.
I'm waiting for that to come to Game Pass. Wait, has it already come to Game Pass? Have I like?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think I've seen it on there. I would have given it a go if it was, surely.
Yeah, that's what I thought on my radar
for a while.
Search on Xbox.com. Neon White. No results. Yeah, it's not looking like it. I think it was rumored to, and then it never did.
Yeah.
So I mean, it will at some point, no doubt, because it's big indie games tend to. But yeah,
you played Alien vs Predator 2010. Is that the one that we played?
2010, maybe.
Versus.
That would have been like. I don't think it was.
No, it is.
Really?
Yeah, this is the cover. It had that like green cover. Remember?
Green.
This one.
Not really.
Is that the one where you can play as an alien or a predator? But like
fucking nice.
But you like started off as an alien. It's like you like ate at someone's chest and then you went up the forms and stuff like that.
That's the only bit I remember.
I can't remember if it was that one or not. I feel like it probably was.
I don't know if you know this, but like when I went, your house is where I went to play games. I wasn't allowed to play when I was at home.
Yeah, it is. That is the one we played. We love that game. I was very much aware. Yeah, I remember we used to play Doom 3 as well, didn't we? Quite a bit. That like horror game on the PC. That was good. Did we ever play Undying together? Clive Barker's Undying.
I think we did. That's the fucking stalk, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the fucking
Patrick Galloway.
Patrick Galloway.
Galloway.
But it's who's the writer? Because the guy
Clive Barker.
Oh, Clive. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I didn't know much about him until very recently, and I was like, oh, I know that name because Tim always would say Clive Barker's Undying. Yeah.
Yeah. Such a good game, man. Such an underrated game.
I remember. I don't know if I ever told you, just while we're on the topic of doing things you probably weren't supposed to, but what was that fucking film about? It was Darkness Falls. That was the one. Did I ever tell you that film like gave me nightmares for years?
Darkness Falls. Which one was that?
Yeah, it's one about the evil tooth fairy.
Oh yeah, that was freaky. Yeah. No, I remember that one.
That, and then that one, Dead Silence. Was it called Dead Silence? Don't hear footsteps. Yeah, the one where like if you would scream, she'd rip out your tongue.
Oh yes, yeah.
She'd just try and make you jump. She'd be like,
Yeah.
"Ooga booga booga," and I'd try and make you scream.
Yeah, we watched that in the playroom, didn't we? On like a sleepover once, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that one. Yeah, she used to fucking take your tongues. We used to
Yeah.
sing that Udonis Haslam's tongue weird joke.
Yeah. Those films freaked me the fuck out for years when I was younger.
Yeah, not so much for me. I love horror though. I watch horror alone.
I do as well.
Weirdly, like my preferred method of watching horror is alone in my room. I don't know why. I just like it
for the full experience.
Yeah,
the full masochistic experience. Yeah,
exactly.
I get it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, now that we've dived a little bit into childhood trauma, let's start the show, shall we?
Yeah. We're jingling if you want to get started.
Lovely. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Quick Resume podcast. This is episode 116. Point 2, because we tried last week and nothing worked, and now we've both got wires running through different areas in our houses to get this working properly. So we're back. Hopefully we sound okay. Because, of course, it's been a bit of it's been a big 2 weeks. Well, hang on, we haven't done this for
3 weeks.
Didn't we miss a week?
Yeah,
3 weeks.
We missed a week because I had a family thing, and then you had technical difficulties last week. So yeah, this is our first one for 3 weeks. Yeah.
So yeah, and obviously, well, it's just as well because it's probably the biggest Xbox news all year, probably the biggest gaming news all year. Actually, quite frankly, around the deal closing. So we're going to spend some time talking about that, what that means. And we're celebrate. I've got a bottle of champagne just under the desk, Tim.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna shake it. I'm gonna pop it. Yeah.
Go nuts.
I'm gonna drink the whole fucking thing on stream.
Chug.
But other than that, we have some other stuff here and there. We have some stuff that happened over the last few weeks as well, which I've been diligently making notes of, and we're just gonna kind of take it as it comes. We're gonna try and go through it at our own pace. So sorry if there's stuff we cover or don't cover that maybe you wanted to hear about. I'm just going to throw it out to the chat now. Like if there's anything you want us to speak about that's happened in the last few weeks, I'm putting it to you, because otherwise we're just going to be loosey-goosey with it.
Yeah.
Speaking of loosey-goosey, Tim, hi buddy.
Hey man, you right?
Yeah, no, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Tired, but not bad.
That's good. How are you?
You just asked me that.
Yeah.
That's the show, right?
Have you done that, like in your adulthood? Have you done the whole fucking people have kept doing it to me, and actually they're starting to make me question myself, like when hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah.
Have you
you just run out of stuff to talk, yeah.
I keep being the victim of that, where people keep doing that to me on they keep passing the baton back to me on the third attempt. Like I'll initiate and say, "How are you?" Or the other, or vice versa. And I'm like, should we just not acknowledge the fact that you've asked me how I am twice? Like, am I that unapproachable?
Don't acknowledge it, because they're probably just brimming with anxiety already. And if you mention it, they'll just spiral. So don't do it.
Don't. I try and save them. It's rough.
The weather. It's always a good fallback.
Yeah. God, it's so fucking grey out there, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just British people, man. It's just how we are.
How's the gamer brain, dude?
The gamer brain is relatively active at the moment. It's yeah, I've been hopping on. I mean, I didn't play for like 4 or 5 days because I was just doing stuff, working late, getting back late. And yeah, we're going through all this buying a house situation. So there's a lot of talks going on with that and strategy and all that. So yeah, busy life, but yeah, making time for games where I can. Playing Siege still, so that's great. And I think that's basically it, to be honest. I don't think I've really played anything else but Siege. I have plans to start I'm kind of tossing up for my game for the Halloween period to be either Atomic Heart or Lies of P, I think. unless a third one comes into the mix. So I'm not really too sure which one I want to go with there. I think Atomic Heart's a bit more of a chill, like quicker experience, where I think Lies of P will obviously take me longer to get through. So I don't really know, but yeah.
I think there's only one obvious Halloween. Yeah, like there's only one obvious answer to that will scare you in quite a few different ways.
Oh yeah,
you know, Redfall, of course.
Oh god, should we do a co-op Redfall playthrough and stream it for Halloween?
Yeah, and the thumbnail can be us like screaming, looking at the screen.
I would be so down for that. That's what's so sad is if the game was even relatively okay, I'd be so down for that. Even if it was like a 7 out of 10 experience, I'd be like, sure, let's hop on it for Halloween. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not even that. So it's really sad. But yeah, I'm not really too sure Halloween wise, but I do like to do something relative. I know neither of those games are spooky, but they kind of, I'm at spooky games. I played all of them.
There's loads of good spooky games on Game Pass right now. There's a new Amnesia. I don't know if you've played that.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Amnesia. Amnesia's fine, but like I was more of an Outlast person.
There's a new one of them too.
I've done both. Yeah, I've done Outlast 1 and 2. And the DLC, the Whistleblower one, that was for the first game, I think. So I've done my fair share of horror games, but I don't know. Maybe I'll have a look through Games Pass and see if there's something else. But that's what I'm feeling.
Play fucking Hellblade.
I could play Hellblade.
That's quite spooky. That's quite a spooky game.
Is it?
It's got all the updates and bells and whistles now. Yeah, it's got all the updates, bells and whistles, and it's
you just telling me this.
No, it's not. It's got it's got Series X update. You know,
no, I meant in the fact of it being spooky.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's about fucking Psychosis. Psychosis is pretty spooky, but like, aside from that, it is quite visually spooky as well.
Okay.
More spooky than Atomic Heart and whatever the other thing is you said.
Lies of P. Now, Lies of P is kind of grungy and a bit dark and gothic and.
I mean, I guess it's soulsy. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
None of them are like full Halloween games. No, they're not horror category. But like I said, there's not many games I want to play that are like that. Like I was thinking maybe Scorn, but then I was like, am I really vibing for Scorn? I was like, probably.
I like Scorn. I like Scorn.
Yeah. It's a really short game as well, isn't it? It's only like 5-6 hours.
Oh, if that, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's flawed for sure, but like it's a good experience. I just treat it as like an experience more than anything else. And the last bit in particular, the last level is very good. It's like really quite creepy.
Yeah.
Let's put a poll.
Okay, fine. Let's do a poll. Let chat decide what I play. So what? What are the options?
I mean, I guess Atomic Heart, I guess Lies of P, Scorn, and Hellblade.
Okay, fine. Those are the options, chat. It's within your power. And knowing Deck, he's going to hold me to this and watch my achievements to actually see if I play.
That's right. That's me. Fucking Helicopter Deck. That's what they call me. What's the last one? Atomic Heart. My vote is still with Hellblade, though, to be honest. Like, that's a must play, considering we're getting Hellblade 2 quite soon.
Hey, you're not allowed to bring personal stock.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just giving you my
chat.
Chat, you pick what you want. What should Tim play for Halloween?
But yeah, so while they vote on that, that's basically been it for me. But what about you? How you been getting on with gaming this week?
Oh man, not much. Yeah, I've just been playing Siege with the boys. Which has been fun. I got a new TV.
Nice. Cares to explain why you got a new TV?
The other one befell a great. It was a great disaster, and it perished. We got a new TV stand to try and keep it away from the baby. And in the process of setting up that TV stand, my old TV got smashed. The very thing we swore to protect got destroyed. So that was a sad day for everyone. Yeah, it's really sad. But Amazon Prime Day to the rescue. You know, we got TCL, new to UK, the TCL line. I've never had a TCL, and I'm impressed. You know, it's for a budget TV. It's very good. It's got all the bells and whistles, VRR, HDR10 plus, 120 frames.
Nice.
HDMI 2.1, all the stuff like you need to have if you're a gamer these days. And the latency it's the lowest I've ever had on a screen, and I can tell. It's really, really good for the price I paid for it, and especially as a gaming TV. I got 55-inch. My last one was 49, so it's like a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that's good for a 55-inch. Yeah, because 55-inch is where the sort of like latency tends to start getting worse. It's like 50+ inch TVs. Like you tend to go for like under that to have better like latency and stuff like that, don't you? And input delay and all that kind of stuff.
I used to think that, but the more I've looked into it, the more I think maybe I just didn't quite understand it. Like the more I've looked into it, the more it doesn't seem that necessarily input latency has anything to do with the size of a screen, just the innards. I mean, maybe there is, but from what I could tell.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yeah, they've got the TCL, this line anyway, the 6 series seem to have like a gamer mode. It's called Game Master or some shit, but you just turn it on and everything just turns on for you, you know, like latency and the VRR and all the good stuff. And it's been delightful. It's been really delightful.
Nice.
Got to see 120 frames for the first time in my life. My poor little eyeballs couldn't take it.
What did you try it out on? Siege or?
I just tried it on Siege, but it was it's because I can't remember what it is. Is it because of I think there's HDMI 2.2. There's something that this TV doesn't have, which is still a bit of a premium feature. That means that it can't stream 120 at 4K. Sorry, you know, it just can't output 120 at 4K. So it does 120 at 1440p, and I'm just so used to playing everything at 4K these days that I was like, I don't know if I prefer this. But it was nice to see how smooth it was, like when you see the GIFs and the clips on Twitter and stuff of people playing on their PCs at like super high frame rates.
Yeah, it feels extra buttery on like Halo.
I bet it does.
Yeah. It was kind of nuts on Halo, playing at 120. I have to admit, it was a little bit too much.
It was too good.
Yeah.
Well, Halo's a very smooth game though, whereas Siege is quite not smooth.
Yeah, it's a bit rough around the edges, isn't it? So, but yeah, no, it is quite cool. I've since knowing that Siege can do it, I've cranked mine to 120 and played that last night. So yeah, nice.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we've played. I think I did like very quickly dip my toes in Starfield, but because I want to finish the Crimson Fleet quest line, but I'm kind of like playing other stuff now, and I'm hopping in and out of Cocoon here and there, which is still excellent. I suppose it's worth mentioning. Yeah, I played through all the new Mario Kart maps.
Oh, okay, nice.
Because I forgot we had we got the booster pack for it, so we've been getting all the extra stuff. Always a good time. Can you go wrong with Mario Kart? And it occurred to me, Nintendo hasn't put out any Mario Kart in a long time.
Yeah, it's been Mario Kart 8 for ages, because that was
on the Wii U, wasn't it?
Wii U, yeah, and then they just enhanced it for the Switch and bundled it up with lots of stuff. So yeah, that's it. It's a very old game, yeah. I mean, they do that though, to be fair, because I think Mario Kart 7 before that was that one on the DS. And
3DS, that's right.
That was there for years and years and years before Mario Kart 8 came out. So they do tend to have quite big gaps between their installments. Yeah.
And it got me thinking. I was like, Switch 2 coming off the top of the Switch. It's probably going to launch day one with Mario Kart 9.
I think so.
And maybe in launch window with whatever the next mainline Mario title is. Like, following
they've already done one, which is Mario Wonder, haven't they? But
it's not really a mainline.
I guess
or 3D. I guess
it's massively hyped though, that game.
It is. Why, but what Mario game fucking isn't? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you mean like the next like Odyssey? You know, like the next.
It's 3D Mario.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling they'll definitely do something like that for Switch 2. Should be interesting. I think the Switch 2 is a very interesting grey area for me of whether or not I will actually get it. Because I do enjoy my Switch, but I do go massive periods without even booting it up or like hell even charging it, you know. But then sometimes I get like super into it again and love that I have one. So yeah, it's an interesting console. Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, like on reflection, I don't know if it was a good purchase for me. Was there? What did I? Because I did play loads of Hades. Like I liked playing Hades there.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like if you had told me from the future if this is going to come to Game Pass, I'd have just played it on my Xbox. Um,
Mm,
I feel like is there something I'm missing? Is there something I'm forgetting? Oh, maybe. Oh no, because I played Slay the Spire on my Mac.
And
I feel like
both the
there's something I'm
Zeldas
missing here.
and the Mario Kart and
Yeah, I mean, no, but
Rabbids.
I say that because Beth has one, so we've played a lot of the co-op stuff on hers. Like I haven't needed that.
Oh, I see.
So you know, but like the Mario parties, yeah, the Wii Sport, fucking hell, Switch Sports. uh, but like the Zeldas, I think are great, but you know how I feel about them. You know, I don't think they're amazing. I think they're good. I think they're good. I think they're good, and I think Tears of the Kingdom is great. Even I would have liked to have played Odyssey, but like Nintendo never dropped the price of their games ever. So
It's true.
Rabbids, I liked. I thought it was good. 7.5. I'm trying to think if there's something else. I feel like there is something I'm missing here. Maybe Monster Hunter. I did have a good time playing
Oh
that.
yeah, Rise. Yeah, yeah, we did play Rise
Yeah, I
quite
did.
a bit. Yeah.
Again, came to Game Pass though. Like in the end.
Yeah, but it was such a way off. Like we put days and days of game time into that before it dropped into Games Pass. Like I
Yeah.
don't know if you can really count that, but yeah.
Yeah, just Beth just messaged me. Monster Hunter. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
definitely something I'm missing. That I did enjoy playing on it, but yeah, it was a bit of a weird console for me. I think it's like as a console, I think that is like a perfect console, which I've spoken about on the show before. I think the Switch is like a perfect console. It didn't hit all the notes for me, but I think for like what it was trying to do, they executed that shit with near perfection.
Hmm.
Mental console.
Yeah.
And they've refined that, you know, for like a decade, really, like sort of building up from the Wii to the Wii U, even the elements of the 3DS, you know, to the Switch. So it's well earned, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Um, all right, Tim. I mean, I'm just going to fucking ask you, mate. I mean, obviously the big ticket item here is ABK, but before we do any of that, is there anything that you've heard about this week? Anything Xbox related, or maybe even just gaming related that you sort of fancied having a chin wag about? What do you think?
Um, Not really, to be honest. I mean, nothing noteworthy. I've kept an eye on the Lords of the Fallen release and stuff like that, and how that sort of
Uh huh.
landed. It seems to have landed pretty okay, I guess. It seems
75
like,
at the moment.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like it's had basically a similar sort of landing to their first attempt at Lords of the Fallen. Sort of that sort of 70s, mid 70s sort of area. Um, but yeah, no, it definitely looks interesting because I had my eye on it. I don't think I was ever going to like purchase it, but maybe for something later down the line. And I still think it's ticked that box for me, to be fair. Um, and it just looks like absolutely like phenomenal. Like it's nuts graphically how good that game looks. Um, but yeah, no, that's kind of about it. Let's just keep my eye on that. Just trying to think of anything else apart from ABK and stuff like that. Uh, don't think so. No.
Okay. Cool. All right then. Well, let's do this one last time.
Oh God, yes.
Activision Blizzard King is over.
It does, baby.
2 years, Tim.
Hmm.
Just under. It's been 20 months. 20 months
That is kind of nuts, isn't
for the non-mathematically gifted.
it?
1 year and 8 months.
Yeah.
I can't. It's been a hard time.
It's a
been
long
really
time.
difficult.
Yeah, and we haven't been doing the fucking actual legal side of it. Yeah, I can imagine that it's been a nightmare for anyone far more involved in it as well. Just talking about it's rough. Let alone
I
working
imagine. I imagine all of the legal team are now going on like a 6-week holiday to Hawaii.
Yeah, just some like massive bender.
Massive
They're all just
bender.
gonna get absolutely trashed. Yeah. I don't blame them. Like, go nuts, man. Kill someone. You know.
Yeah. Kill someone.
Do what you gotta do.
Get out of your system. That's rough. Unfortunately, we don't have that sort of freedom or power, so we just have to kind of sit here and.
I'll kill someone.
You've just generally, or in the last 20 months? You just said you killed someone, Tim.
Oh, it's muted.
You said it. You said it. You just say it to yourself.
Yeah. I thought
you just like have to get it out. Yeah. You're like, I've killed someone. Yeah.
That's what I was going for, but I messed it up.
Right. Yeah. That's a shame. Well, Tim's murder notwithstanding, Activision, Blizzard, and King are now part of Xbox. Xbox has such a fucking stupid amount of studios now, of developers under its. Like, Activision Blizzard King is bigger than all of what Xbox already was. And I think we need to kind of take that in for a moment. I saw like a pie chart about it earlier, but I'm pretty sure like Xbox, all of Xbox and Bethesda is still dwarfed by the size of Activision Blizzard King.
It is kind of crazy, isn't it? Just the amount of like talent and studios that are actually under Activision.
Yeah, look at the
King. Yeah.
Can you?
I can kind of see it. Yeah, let me have a look.
I'm sorry, I can't see myself for some reason. So this is like, I know this is about as amateur as it gets, but fucking hell, like.
No, it is kind of nuts. Yeah, it's a lot.
How do I see? Where am I? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So all of that blue bit is Activision Blizzard King, and all of that green bit and grey bit is Bethesda. So just for audio listeners, I'm showing up a bit of a pie chart, and actually, like the Xbox and Bethesda bit is about 1/4 of the whole pie. The rest of it is ABK.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Yeah, it's the amount of value that is brought to the brand of Xbox now is pretty crazy to think about. And obviously,
even just Blizzard, man. Yeah. Even just Blizzard is bigger than Xbox and Bethesda together.
Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah, because we always think about how that's going to affect like us as console gamers as well. But then like Blizzard, a lot of Blizzard stuff is just PC only, right? So like that's going to be like, great for all our PC gamers. Like, what's going to happen with like World of Warcraft and all that kind of stuff for PC? Is it going to be a similar situation to like when we did that partnership with Riot, and it's just like, oh yeah, Games Pass, you get all the like League of Legends heroes and stuff like that. They're just going to like give people World of Warcraft through the subscription of Games Pass for PC or something. Or
I would put money on Xbox bringing all of Blizzard stuff to Xbox. I'd put like good money on it. I'd put at least a tenner on it.
What is it like? You actually think it's just they're going to get console ports at some point, all of them?
Yeah, for sure.
You think what?
Absolutely, for sure.
Have you seen World of Warcraft being played though? The toolbar is like 50 items. Like, I just don't see how
they'll make it work.
Shit translates. And
I think they'll get Relic, the guys who did Age of Empires, to have a good look at it and be like, get that on a controller. I mean, good fucking luck. We get that on a controller because there's got to be a way. There's no way there isn't a way. And even if they need to, I feel like they could like make a console version like with console servers and they would still be fine. Like, because the game is there, but if they need the game to run like a different pace for console gamers, they'll just have console servers that aren't crossplay necessarily. There's just no way they leave that on the table, in my opinion. Like that is just too good a deal for Microsoft to pass up. The biggest MMO in the world, one of the biggest IPs, along with like, because we talk about Call of Duty a lot, but World of Warcraft is it's so big.
And what you think they're going to do out of everything, like your
Yeah,
StarCrafts and stuff like that,
yeah,
like those RTS games, everything like that. Yeah.
for sure. I do
And
think I would expect that games like that would have a lag, like we've seen with Xbox first party. Like, oh, PC first, but then we'll get a team working on it to come a year later or whatever to console.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think there's potential, but I think there's some things that I think they'll just leave to PC and just combine for like a PC Games Pass experience. I don't know. I struggle to see something like World of Warcraft making its way to console. I can see some things, but just not everything. Um, but it's an interesting take. Yeah, for sure.
I bet you one homemade apple crumble. The World of
So
Warcraft will
some
come
high
to
stakes
Xbox
there, man.
in the next 5 years.
How good's your apple crumble?
I won't make it. I'll force my homebound wife to make it.
Nice, as you should. But like, out. Does that mean if I lose, I have to make a homemade crumble for you? Because I don't know that
Yes,
won't be a win for you.
that's actually a fairly good point. Okay, just like
So just buy a good crumble.
yeah, just buy an M&S crumble or something. Yeah, that'd be
Alright,
great.
okay. Yeah, no worries.
I bet you won Marks and Spencer's apple crumble.
Yeah, not sponsored by the way.
No, not sponsored. Although
Hit us up, M&S. I did just raid M&S for some Halloween treats recently, so
yeah, I
hit
saw.
us up. Yeah, I got
It's
some
good, it's good
what were they called? Menacing Ballowinis.
You kept going on about it.
Oh, dude.
And then you wouldn't shut up about your katsu curry either. Like,
okay, I only mentioned my katsu curry like twice, and Rich just got really triggered with it for some reason. So whatever.
too many times. You know what I'm saying? I think we're in the good stuff now, though. Isn't this so much funner?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Blizzard games come to Xbox. Like, we actually get to talk about tangible benefits.
We do,
you know, rather than fucking. Oh no! One lawyer said Xbox one time they put a poo in the front garden. It's like, I don't think this is a big deal.
That was almost a deal breaker, that one. But yeah, no, it definitely is. It's definitely more fun to just not speculate. Well, speculate, but not speculate with them under the Xbox umbrella already. And it's definitely yeah, it's definitely more fun. And I think it will be great to see studios that work on Call of Duty to maybe branch out a little bit as well. Like, I feel like they can, whether they stay in the FPS market or not, and they just make their own FPS game or something. Like, I genuinely feel like we might see some really cool shooter IPs like come out the woodworks here. You know, like, I'm using X Defiant as an example here. I know that's being delayed like indefinitely, but like, I feel like you could see new ideas like that pop up from these studios that only used to work on Call of Duty that can actually be like competitors and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it'd be cool to see one of them work on like the consoles version of something like a Valorant or a CS or yeah, like a Counter-Strike or something like that. I'd like to see something like that on console a little bit. I think that could be pretty cool and a pretty untapped market as well.
Yep.
For console for sure. Because I was thinking about this the other day because I've been watching a lot of Counter-Strike too, and stuff like that. And I was like, the only thing we have actually to genuinely compete or get even close to it is Siege. There's nothing else.
I would argue Halo. Oh, I mean Halo as in for the genre, not in popularity.
No. I'm talking like a strategy, one life sort of shooter. You know, like I don't.
It's Counter Strike always one life, is it?
Tactical shooter sort of thing. It's not an arena shooter specifically. Yeah, Counter Strike's always search and destroy, bomb plant, terrorist, counter terrorist, one life only. Yeah.
Okay.
So is Valorant. So Siege. You know, they all fall into that category. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I suppose there are one life modes in Halo, but it's not really the lifeblood of the game.
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. No, I think it's a fair point. And this has obviously been one of the big talking points for the last 20 fucking months that, God, there are so many studios and so many people tied down to make this game against their will.
Mm.
Like let's let some of them free because it's
But then will that reduce the quality and like money coming in, the endless stream of money coming in from Call of Duty? Are these studios needed to make Call of Duty what it is? I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe
I
not.
mean, I think that to be honest, I'm not convinced that this is actually going to happen. I mean,
At least not for a while.
unless they like, because they're going to want to make return on investment, and unless they have a really good reason behind the scenes to do that, like, because I could see them slowing down to a 2-year cadence. Like maybe they think that there's money in that, especially as there aren't that many games doing annual franchises anymore. Like COD is one of the only ones that does that. Or like we kind of used to, like for a while there, it felt like we had Assassin's Creed doing that.
Far Cry.
Far Cry felt like, and I just wonder, can you do like slow it down to a 2-year cycle, do a big expansion halfway through, and then start psyching up the next one? But maybe that would slow things down. I don't know. I would love to see some of these studios spin up something new, because especially then because Xbox can leverage it. As we've seen, I think Xbox are quite keen to leverage new IPs, but maybe the older stuff, they're a bit neither here or there.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is interesting for sure, but yeah, it's just exciting, man. There's just a lot of talent that's joined now. Yeah, there's a lot more just revenue stream coming in as well. Which is going to fund lots of other stuff under Xbox's umbrella. So yeah, it's just a big old win, and it's just nice to finally just see it cross that finish line. Like, god damn, am I just sick of talking about it. And yeah, maybe we'll also see that these new Blizzard IPs become Games Pass only, like the new survival game and stuff like that. Hard to say, but
just quickly checking in chat, I can see Joaquin's here. Hi, man. He said that I cried from the Xbox video. I'm assuming you're talking about the Xbox, fucking the announcement video. Have you seen it, Tim?
Oh yeah, I have seen it. Yeah. Do you
It's
actually?
getting quite a lot of views. No, I didn't. I don't know why he's saying that.
I don't know, man. Sounds like you cried. You're acting awfully defensive.
I hate that. That is fucking like actually gaslighting. Like, you can't say something offensive and then when someone gets defensive, be like,
yeah,
man, it really sounds like you don't like what I'm saying.
I love he said it like a statement as well. Not like Deck properly cried. It's like Deck cried from the Xbox video. It's just a statement. He knows. He's in your camera, mate. He can see you through your webcam.
Yeah, well, I mean, I am also streaming my video, so there is that as
privately.
Well.
You obviously weren't.
Oh, my private cameras. Oh, I see.
You weren't streaming when you were watching that, were you?
Yeah, no, I was. Yeah.
You just click start stream. Stop stream.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, I guess that's, I don't know. Yeah, let's do it now. That's been the other side of this, right? It's not just talking about, so here we are in a little Xbox bubble, like, yeah, let's go. Xbox has had a great 2023 and things are looking good. They had the showcase, good 2024. God, it feels good to be an Xbox gamer right now. Of course, Tim, what do other people think about this? What do you think? How have you seen reactions to this so far? That this actually gone through?
I haven't really been taking a look at reactions and how this is settling with the general audience. No. I can imagine it's not sitting well, especially with fans of other platforms.
Of other platforms, yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo are toxic, man.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Well, and let's not forget, of course, Xbox made the deal with Nintendo to keep COD on. So if anything, Team Red over there is sitting nice and cozy.
Mm-hmm.
or to bring COD to the Switch or Switch 2 or whatever. So I've taken a couple of screenshots, and I just think this is really fucking funny, right?
Okay.
You remember PC Gamer, right?
Yeah.
Who like consistently give Xbox games a 5 or a 6 out of 10, just all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Microsoft celebrates its conquest of Activision and the triumph of capitalism with a montage video that mashes up Modern Warfare, Halo, Diablo, Starfield, and more. Triumph of capitalism, dude.
Triumph of capitalism.
This is actually. This isn't actually just video games. This is quite serious. This is quite serious, man.
Yeah, this is very serious. This will start a world war. I feel.
Better be careful. Better be careful. I mean,
let's have a comment underneath it. We look forward to your continued 5 and 6 out of 10s, fellas.
Like how the sun rises in the morning. Fucking predictable, you know. It just will be.
Yeah.
Let's have a look over at Kotaku, shall we?
Yeah.
You know, a well-known, reputable site.
Yeah.
And consider this fun challenge while you take it all in. Try not to think about how sad it is that so few corporations now own so much of our pop culture. Let me tell you, I failed, but at least Call of Duty will be free on Game Pass in the future, right? Oh my god, cry me a fucking river. Like, do you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ, trying to think about how sad it is. So few corporations now own so much of our pop culture. Let me tell you, I failed. God, yeah. So it's a bit deep. Like I don't really feel like this is like Xbox is just going to be like, it's ours now, no one can have it. Like I really don't think that's how it's going to be played. I don't think it's going to be money hatted like that. But I also don't really see much of Xbox doing that in the past either. Like some cases of it, but as far as track record goes, not so much. So throw your toys out your pram this early is quite quite funny.
I mean, it wouldn't matter. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it wouldn't matter even if they did play a exclusivity strategy to me anyway. Literally, we used to have Disney content everywhere, and then they were like, fuck this, we're bigger than you. We're going to have our own streaming service. And they took it all away. And they put it all into their streaming service. And now that's a very popular streaming service. You know, whether you feel like that was a good move or a bad move, you know, is up to you. But Disney probably shouldn't have gotten that big, to be honest with you.
No.
They're a bit too big now, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it happened. I feel like overall, this is such a monumentally smaller scale. And also, Microsoft's strategy versus someone like Disney's strategy is quite different. Since Satya has been in charge, Microsoft has very much had a like, let's get everything everywhere. Like Word is on Macs, you know, there's so many examples of how like they just want to get things everywhere. Clearly that is like being dripped down into Xbox culture, and it's, you know, what Phil has been going for. Don't get me wrong, they want to keep stuff in their ecosystem to the best they probably can. They probably, and we've spoken about this before, like, would they put Game Pass on the PlayStation if they could? Yeah, probably.
Yes.
But you know, but we saw this like, so that's what I mean. Like, the trajectories of these corporations are very different, and I just think like gaming as an industry is also very much not in the same place as like maybe mainstream media, TVs and films, because every year we have like 3 or 4 breakout indie hits that the industry will be talking about all year. Like, does that happen with TV shows? No. Do you get indie TV shows on Disney Plus? Like, so the industries are very different, and it feels very alarmist, I think.
Yeah, panicking. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty unfair to make that comparison. Yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from. I just don't think the industries are quite at the same level. Like, I know gaming is on the rise, and it's the biggest it's ever been, and it is only growing, but it's still not nearly to the scale of some other things we've seen. Yeah, the best example probably is Disney. So to act pretty toxic about it when nothing was really said in other areas and bigger multimedia like sections is very it's a bit strange, isn't it? But
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to the whole Xbox bad and people do just like to shit on Xbox, but it kind of does feel that way sometimes. Obviously you're going to ruffle some feathers. Like, it's just guaranteed. If Sony were to make a deal like this, you're going to ruffle some feathers if you're spending 73 billion on something like this. But it does definitely feel a little bit, Xbox bad sometimes. Everyone join us. Get your pitchforks, get your molotovs.
Well, yeah, I think it's, I guess a lot of people don't want to have to spend extra money to buy into the Xbox ecosystem. So for a while, it's been kind of smooth sailing, knowing that they weren't missing out on anything. But that's like kind of the thing. Microsoft is leaning into that. They know that they've lost the console war. We've spoken about this before. They know they're not going to beat PlayStation in market share. Like, that would take so long, and it would take a serious fuck up from PlayStation for that to even happen. So they know this is a losing battle. We keep getting outbetted on like timed exclusivity. Like, we can't pay the amount that publishers want us to pay, so we're just going to keep losing games. So we need, and this is what they spoke about in some of the court documents. Like, we need to create a moat, like a moat of stuff that is ours that can't be touched. And now they own Halo, Skyrim, I guess Halo, Elder Scrolls, Doom, Call of Duty, Minecraft. All of these massive IPs, Crash Bandicoot.
Overwatch, I guess.
Pro Skater, Overwatch, World of Warcraft. They have this moat of gaming IPs now, and that is exactly what they need, because they need to just be like, okay, we've got all this shit. We're going to put it out there. If you want to play that on our console, sick. If you want to play that on your phone, sick. And that's the strategy. Like, they're going off to do their own thing, and I do think that scares people a little bit, because they're going into that kind of different territory and they're trying to disrupt it. So people are like, oh, I don't want to buy in to spend this extra money. So, but I am kind of shocked by the very obvious negativity from the media, who were very happy when the deal got blocked. We're very happy to be like, yes, like, yes, the process is working. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Like, we said that as well. We said, if this gets blocked, like, I'm not saying this, but we're not regulators. So if this gets blocked, fine. I just hope that the regulation is then applied reasonably to the rest of the industry.
Yeah.
So when people are like crying and saying, oh my God, this is really monopolistic. Oh no. And it's like, well, it's just as well. Over 40 regulators across the world all approved it then, isn't it? And said, actually, this isn't going to hurt competition. It's going to make it better. Just as well that happened, isn't it? So that we know it's not going to be monopolistic.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thoughts on it.
You can't really argue with that, can you? when experts for all these other, over, was it 40 different countries you were saying and stuff like that is, have delved into this in a professional sense far more than any of us could, in terms of future proofing and predictions, and they didn't see an issue with it. I feel like you can't really argue with that when you don't really know what you're speaking about, like, to the extent they do, right? So suck it up. If we do have another world war, then fucking, I don't know, you learn to use a rifle. Cry me a river. Call of Duty might help you with that. Get an Xbox.
Yeah, learn to like the flavor of mud. Do you know what I mean? It's no big deal. No doubt. People like that Xbox has been third because it's made it very easy to go with the, like, know where they get their games and to keep the cost down. Whereas I think for us, like more hardcore gamers, we've bought the main consoles for the last two gens. Interesting.
Definitely.
So that's media reactions. There's one more thing. I think I've got it here in my notes. Let me double check. Jeff Keighley, esteemed host of the Game Awards and has been since 2014.
Yeah.
Put out a tweet. Do you think Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard King is a good thing for the gaming industry and gamers? So it kind of feels like a loaded question considering the regulators have already decided yes, but fine, we'll roll with it. Surprisingly, I kind of feel like this backfired. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. I don't want to be like misreading
Yeah,
intent here, but
yeah,
this kind of felt like, God, isn't this bad, guys? Can we fucking show it to the man? Like, we don't
yeah.
like this, do we?
It feels like it could have been an element of that, but we won't jump to any conclusions.
But 47% of people said yes. The
Mm.
majority said yes, this is a good thing for the industry gamers. 34% said no, and 19% were left undecided.
Which is actually it's not, it's still not overwhelmingly yes or
No.
overwhelmingly no. I would consider that pretty even to people, not actually being too sure / no, so
Yeah. And I guess I understand like the people who are saying no here, but they're probably saying no for the wrong reason. Like, because I was going to say, if PlayStation just spent 30 bill and bought like Bandai Namco or Capcom, heaven forbid,
fuck yeah, don't even.
that would be a bummer. And we'd probably be like, man, this is bad for gamers. I mean, but it's a bit, it's not a fair comparison because we know exactly how PlayStation would treat that sort of acquisition. Everything would be locked down immediately. And PlayStation are in the lead. Xbox are not. In market share on console, Xbox
Yeah.
are last.
Yes. They'd be a lot more aggressive with that purchase, wouldn't they? Yeah, if they bought like the likes of Capcom and stuff like that. Yeah, it would be quite aggressive.
And as well, like, don't get us wrong. Like, if the years go by and they start cranking out, they start putting out games, and either the game's quality starts getting really bad, or they start cranking up the price of Game Pass, like, we'll be right here. With our 70 subscribers, we'll be right here saying, hang on a minute. This isn't feeling good,
Yeah.
So
yeah, we can only judge it from the position we're in right now. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, this very well might turn into a situation that we don't really like as Xbox players, later in the future. But that hasn't happened yet, and we are we've been critical to Xbox in the past. We're not fanboys. There's a lot that they do wrong. It's just our console of choice, obviously. So it'd be interesting to see how this develops and what we think about it in the future, because no one really knows what's going to happen. So basically what I'm trying to say is subscribe. Subscribe, you idiots.
Yeah, great. All right, so let's move away from the reaction a little bit and into we had the closing statements, we had the closing Xbox Wire post. Bobby Kotick is staying on till the end of the year. Then it sounds like he's going, which is that's better than I thought it was going to be. I kind of had a feeling maybe they were just going to keep Bobby on for ages. Like, obviously we all want that guy to fuck off, and that's one of the best parts that's coming from all of this. And in actual fact, Tim, there was a Bloomberg article from Jason Schreier saying that he had spoken to a lot of ABK staff, and a lot of them were excited about the acquisition. And even beyond that, since it's gone through, loads of devs have been tweeting and with like quite visceral excitement, like so excited to be joining Xbox.
Good.
Rod Ferguson obviously is the lead, one of the directors over at behind the Diablo team, and he used to be the lead at Gears, so he's now back under Xbox. Same with Mikey Barra, he's one of the leads at Blizzard, now back under Xbox. And so there's been a lot of quite visceral excitement. And what Jason put in his article was that most people are excited that the C-suite, the CFO, the CEO, etc., is getting a switch up. So it sounds like leadership has been a big ball ache over there.
Yeah, 100%, especially over at Blizzard. Yeah, like I imagine the same for like Activision, but yeah, some shit needs to be shaked up, man. 100%. And it's easy to look at this only from our point of view and be like, oh, how's this benefiting us as gamers? But like, this is genuinely improving like the lives and careers of people that work for Blizzard and work for Activision and stuff like that. It's giving them more freedom. Absolutely. It's giving them more job satisfaction and all that kind of stuff. So there's definitely so many sides to this story, and it's nice to see that it's affecting them positively. So
hell yeah. So that was happening. And alongside the post that got put up and what Phil has been saying since it's closed, we kind of got the confirmation. I'll read it straight from the blog. So, quote, today we start the work to bring beloved Activision Blizzard King and King franchises to Game Pass and other platforms. We'll share more about when you can expect to play and what you can expect to play in the coming months. We know you're excited, and we are too. So, we're not quite getting the day one drop we got with Bethesda. But we are getting a couple of months, and I wonder if that's because there's been so much eyes on this case that, like, it's ready to go. But Xbox are like, we don't want to make it look like we were colluding. We wouldn't want to make it look like we're breaking the law.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll probably all drop in the new year, won't it? Like, happy 2024. Here's a crap ton of shit, man. Like, enjoy.
Yeah. Something like that, or maybe it might even be Game Awards. I mean, they might just have a big block of the Game Awards. Here's all loads of these games. Hellblade 2 Combat release date. There you go.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see you in January for the Developer Direct. So I suppose I wanted to ask you, Tim, is there anything you're particularly keen about seeing in Game Pass from the Activision Blizzard suite?
In all honesty, no. Not really right now, I don't think. I think for me it's like future stuff. I mean, I'm just trying to think. There's not really much we play currently under like the Activision Blizzard sort of umbrella, is there? Like, obviously we did have our thing for Overwatch, which has been and gone, but you know, we that doesn't matter if that comes to Games Pass at this point for us. I don't think there is. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just sort of overlooking it and not thinking too much into it, but
one thing I can think of that I think I would not necessarily to play, but I would be excited about to come to Game Pass is Sekiro. I think that's a great game for Game Pass.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Published by Activision. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, again, I've already bought Sekiro and I have it, but yeah, I guess that is one. Yeah.
You've bought it, do you? Or you just mean you have it because I bought it?
No, I think I already had it. I had it on disc.
You wouldn't have bought it. You have it on disc, I see.
Yeah, I have it on disc, and I think it's at my parents' house.
I always do.
But yeah, and I think I have it on my external hard drive, probably because you bought it at some point. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's nothing immediate. It's definitely for me, it's just future projects and stuff like that I'm excited that could potentially drop into Games Pass and come. But yeah, there's not, I'm not a big Call of Duty boy,
Do you like Crash? You're a Crash guy?
No, not Crash guy. No. And all the other projects that we were talking about, like potential games reaching console of, World of Warcraft and all that, that's such a long way off. So like immediate effect, I don't think there's really actually much that they'll be dropping in that will be like, oh my god, like this is hype. At least for me.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm kind of the same. I keep mentioning like maybe playing one of the old COD campaigns, like the particularly good ones that people always talk about. Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare? I can't remember which one it is. Advanced Warfare. So maybe something like that, but maybe there's also something I'm missing. I wonder what chat thinks. If chat's got any ideas of stuff that might get dropped in day one, and what you guys would be excited about to come. Well, not day one. You know what I mean? To come in as part of a Game Pass drop.
We get Crash Team Racing, I guess.
Yeah, I've bought that.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
I don't think we bought that. I remember us playing it, but I thought we played like a beta or like a demo or something.
You're welcome.
Why did you buy that?
Awesome, man. Ages ago.
Fair enough.
It's so hard. It's such a hard game.
I remember we played.
It's the Dark Souls of kart games.
Yeah. Is that you, Kotaku? No, who does that a lot? There's
fucking all of them.
Yeah,
IGN does it a lot.
Yeah, IGN do it a lot. Yeah. I remember it being like bone crunchingly difficult when we played it for that brief time period. Yeah, it's like one fuck up and that's it. You're done.
It's so difficult. Yeah, yeah.
It's the best racing sim out
Um,
there.
yeah. So I suppose you were saying about you're excited for future stuff. What are you talking about there?
Uh, for me, immediately, it's the survival game that Blizzard are working on.
Mm,
That's big, for me. So
interesting.
yeah, that's the number one for me. Because I think it'll be interesting to see just AAA in that sort of area, which is considered quite a janky area of gaming, where unpolished products tend to come out and they're still pretty fun and great, but to see something come out fully polished and to a AAA standard and budget, that could be pretty epic. So
It's also a new Blizzard IP as well, right? It's kind of going to have the Starfield effect in some way, where it's like the first new IP from the studio in 15 years.
God knows how long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah.
And I do wonder, if Xbox will leverage that for the ecosystem. It's interesting that they haven't announced it yet. Obviously, BlizzCon is coming up. Maybe that was all intentional timing, but I don't know. It feels like they are going to announce it there. But man, if I'm Phil, I'm saying you cancel that PlayStation version right now.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't know how far away it is. It might still be another year of development away, maybe a bit longer. But like it would have the same effect that I think Starfield would, in that not only would it perform well, it would really consolidate to the public. Like, hang on a minute, why is this an Xbox game? Oh, they bought who?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It could be a really big get to have that as like a console exclusive. Yeah, definitely. Well, not console exclusive, but Xbox exclusive. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I guess look at us talking about games. What a good time talking about fucking actual games. I guess my other question here is, Tim, like, is there anything we're particularly excited about that could happen in the future? Like, you did speak about the idea of like an arena, like a CS like game from one of the COD studios maybe in the future. But I'm curious, is there anything that you would like them to bring back? Are you like a fan of Spyro? Are you a fan of Guitar Hero? Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Well, they're all still going. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is still going. I think they actually released one not that long ago. I think
they did remasters. I think, wasn't it?
But yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. It's hard to say because those were different eras of my gaming as well. Like, sure, I did enjoy a Guitar Hero and stuff like that, but would I want that now? Probably not. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Nothing springs to mind immediately. No. I don't know. What about you? I generally can't think of anything.
Yeah, I mean, I for sure would like to see Guitar Hero come back. I think that would be, as a guy with a small family now, I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
I also think it's. I also think that this acquisition for the brand is really beneficial for the PGs and the teens. Your Spyros, your Crashes, like, it gets people into Xbox in a way that maybe they wouldn't have done before, that Nintendo kind of has a chokehold on. With Mario's and No Blood and Zelda's and No Blood. When are we going to get an 18 Zelda, Get like Gore with the Master Sword,
Probably
like,
never.
fucking explodes for goblins. Probably never. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like Gibson, and I think Guitar Hero could be part of that. You think of Wii Sports and Switch Sports. Even something like Mario Kart. I think it's kind of a similar vibe to what Guitar Hero does. Like, somebody would buy a Series X to play Guitar Hero with the family, just if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do see what you're saying. Yeah, and I mean, Guitar Hero was a fucking insane global hit.
Cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, who's to say it might not have the same effect if it's brought back, properly and done well. But then is that going to come again with a whole suite of new things that you need to buy? You have to bear in mind the expenses behind this as well. Like, talk about buying it for a family, but if you need to buy a console and then the game and then the guitar and then I don't know, a drum set maybe as well, so you can all play it as a family. That shit's going to set you back, man. Like, do families have that kind of money? I don't know.
Right now, probably not. But I mean, this is the interesting thing, right? As well, as others have pointed out, like the age of gaming peripherals is kind of over. Like, people aren't buying fucking plastic guns to put your Wiimote in.
People aren't even buying VR, anymore, let alone any of that shit.
Yeah, like so. Oh yeah, like how do they do that? Especially as well because we're not even buying physical games anymore. So what are you just going to go into a shop just to buy a plastic guitar? And then what are you putting in it? Putting an Xbox remote in it? That doesn't make much sense. Or is it just its own controller? In which case it's very expensive. Or is there an app on your phone that you put in there and then you have to do it on your phone?
Or maybe they do just they actually just put it into VR.
Maybe. I fucking hope not, but maybe.
Do your guitar like this and it's there on the screen and you look down and you can play your chords on like VR.
That'd be hell. That'd be absolute hell.
That's it.
Where your camera's placed there was making that look a bit dodgy.
No, because I had my other hand up here. It wasn't that bad.
You just got a long cock.
Playing it like a fiddle. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that could be quite exciting for me, but I also think, that sort of PG and the teen stuff is going to be good for the brand eventually. I mean, we all want to see Banjo come back as well, and Beanox seems to be a prime candidate for that. What was it they did again, Beanox?
Beanox?
Yeah, Beanox. We have spoken about this before. Is it just it's Crash? Yeah, it's the Crash team, I think. Yeah, Crash and Skylanders, and they've done some Spider-Man stuff before. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? If on the Spider-Man release date for PlayStation, they drop the backwards compatibility catalog of all the old Spider-Man games.
Yeah, it would be quite funny. Yeah, I want to play Ultimate Spider-Man again. Give me that. It's better than Spider-Man 2. Better than ever be. Yeah. Spider-Man 2's got a 10-hour campaign. I don't want that. Waste of money.
Yeah, get fucked.
That was a joke. And if my girlfriend's listening,
it wasn't, man.
I didn't mean it.
No, it wasn't, man. Nah. What about the B-movie game? They made the B-movie game.
So we could see a potential B-movie sequel.
Yeah. Is there a B-movie 2?
No.
No, we're just going to make the game.
Not much you can do with bees, I don't think.
I don't think that's correct at all. I think that's pretty wrong for you to say, actually. I don't know if you can say that.
No, but like in terms of a story, they already did it in B-movie, the whole pollinating thing, and they stopped pollinating, and they
that's all bees are to you, is it?
Wasps. Same thing, man. Been there, done that.
You haven't even considered the bee timeline where like
bees versus zombies
at the top of the food chain, have you? You haven't considered that, where bees are like predators.
No, I haven't.
You haven't even considered that, have you? No,
it's weird that you've considered that.
So next time you open your mouth about bees, you fucking like think more carefully. All right.
I'm sorry, man.
This was I'm gonna really just like at breakneck speed. Like there's gonna be whiplash. Move away from this conversation.
Okay.
We had originally spoken about before this was all going through, like what's gonna happen with fucking Diablo 4 if the deal closes. Like obviously it hasn't been that long since Diablo 4. Was it June?
Yeah,
June.
I think it was June. Yeah.
So it's 4 months, right? And earlier this week, the official Activision Blizzard Twitter put out the following tweet. Quote, "It's awesome to see anticipation building for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. As we continue to work with regulatory approval of the Microsoft deal, we've been getting some questions whether our upcoming and recently launched games will be available via Game Pass. While we do not have plans to put Modern Warfare 3 or Diablo 4 into Game Pass this year, once the deal closes, we expect to start working with Xbox to bring our titles to more players around the world, and we anticipate that we would begin adding games into Game Pass sometime in the course of next year.
It was about what we predicted, right? If the deal was going to go through, I feel like we said a similar thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was funny because when we first sat down to speak about it, we were like, yeah, fucking just get it in there, get it in there. But then the more we spoke about it, we were all like, actually, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to just get it in like a couple months after it's already launched.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the way I've read that is that like day one launches probably won't start until next year, but they will add older stuff into Game Pass sooner than that, based on the Xbox Wire post that I read out loud earlier. So
Yeah.
no Diablo 4 just yet. Activision Blizzard, just wanted to let you know, keep buying our fucking games. Don't you stop buying our games.
Mm-hmm.
You keep giving us money for now, all right?
Add to cart, please.
Yes. Oh, God. Have you ever like hiccups and it kind of like hurt?
Yeah. It's when like a hiccup at the end turns into like a burp and it catches you at that midway point and it's very painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got like a bubble. You can like feel a bubble in your chest, like a cartoon ass bubble stuck in your windpipe.
Yeah. And you have to carve it out with a knife. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, really horrible. I'm going to skim over the bit where you said calm it out with a knife, but I don't think we have time to unpack that right now. So I guess
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
I don't really want to unpack it either, so
that's fine. Okay, good. We'll just pretend it didn't happen. I'm not sure if there's much else to say here. We're both excited for the possibility of this new Blizzard IP, but like the thing is, we haven't really followed ABK all that much, and it's so big. Like, I don't really know what's in the pipeline. You know, Blizzard just do service games, so it's not like they regularly release new games, and it's part of the reason why I think Xbox would be stupid to let that go multi-plat and to not lock it into the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like, what else does Activision do other than make COD? Like, they occasionally put something else out. Could they reuse some of their older IPs? Crash, Spyro, Guitar Hero, Tony Hawk? Maybe. But on this podcast, it's not like something which is we're dying to have.
No.
You know, I think we probably both agree, Tim, that those are all things that that do plug a hole in the brand.
Definitely.
And King is king. I don't want to crush candy. I like fucking whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
They can just
that's
keep
fine.
doing what they're doing, whatever. Yeah.
Make money.
Yeah.
Keep making money. There was something I read earlier, but I didn't put it in the notes because I wasn't sure where we were going to be. But we'll just quickly cover it. Like the kind of this supposedly Xbox are kind of working on a, I guess maybe Microsoft or both. I don't know. Working on a like mobile storefront, like kind of like Steam.
Oh
yeah,
I remember us talking about this at some point.
Yeah, it's been rumored for a while now, and obviously it would make sense now with all the IP they own that that's something they want to do. And it increasingly, if true, it increasingly makes me think Xbox, they've given up on cloud, which is such a rip because God, they've spent so much money trying to make that happen, and PlayStation have just put out their own version of like cloud. I don't know if you saw that. They've just put out their own streaming for the highest tier of PS Plus.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's hard to say. Because they technically have done the same thing for PC, right? They have their own launcher on PC as well.
But it's ass.
Yeah, but it's ass. Yeah, so it's just like they seem to be wanting to do it for mobile as well, and it's weird because it goes against everything they're doing in terms of just putting things everywhere, right? Like, why not just get them on Steam? Why not just get them on the other popular launchers like well, obviously you got the Battle.net, and then you've got what's the one that people launch like Fortnite on and stuff?
Oh, Epic.
That's the one. Yeah, why not just work with them and blend your games into them and stuff like that, rather than having your own storefronts, mobile and desktop? It's just weird. I feel like it goes against everything they've been working towards. And yeah, it would be a shame to see cloud go down, especially with I genuinely think cloud's in a good place, and I think they've done great work with it. Maybe they're just not seeing the return on it that they would like, or the adoption that they would like. So But it definitely would be a shame.
And I also think it's why they were happy to let go cloud streaming rights. We didn't even touch on that, but like we kind of already have done the cloud streaming rights to Ubisoft for Activision Blizzard games for the next, what was it, 15 years?
Yeah.
So Ubisoft Plus will. We don't know exactly how it's going to work, but it sounds like Ubisoft Plus will basically have the ownership of Activision Blizzard games, and then they can either stream them themselves on whatever platforms they want, or they can license them out to someone else for more streaming. But it's just for streaming; it's not native. So we'll see. I don't know if that will damage like any exclusivity messaging Xbox tries to use for any future games, or if Xbox just don't really care, and because they know cloud is kind of looking like a dead end thing, or maybe they don't. Maybe I'm misreading it, but that's kind of how it feels to me. I think they're kind of like, right, we'll keep this going for a bit. It turns out this is more supplementary than we thought. It's not growing as fast as we thought it would. Let's just get our games. Let's just continue focusing on getting our games in more people's hands, whether that's natively on phones or maybe in the future a handheld. Keep going PC and Steam, Steam Decks, etc. So,
yeah, I agree.
All right, that's it. Activision Blizzard is done, mate.
We're never talking about it again. Let's go.
Never talking about it again. No, it's like a trigger word now.
It really is. Yeah.
I need a warning every time someone's going to say it. It shivers down my spine.
Forewarning,
yeah. Cool. I guess we'll just have to see how this all unfolds. It's kind of like it's quite difficult to fully get a handle on the sheer size of Xbox now, considering they've just been doing quite well without them. But like the thing is, because we know how it went with Bethesda, I'm like not. This is going to take a long time for the wheels to start spinning, in my opinion. I mean, they'll immediately start making a lot of money, but like in terms of like what we see, I think we'll have the backwards compatible game. Not they'll have the Game Pass drop from whatever they decide to put in that catalog. But other than that, I think the benefits are probably going to be a while off. It took a couple of years for Bethesda to get spinning, really.
Yes. Yeah. We'll see a benefit as a brand for, like you said, money coming in and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like as consumers and stuff like that, specifically Activision Blizzard speaking, like stuff coming our way, yeah, I don't think it's going to be like enormous benefits like right off the bat. Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah.
And thankfully, that's fine because Xbox has been doing really well. I mean, like, I'm quite interested, Tim. I wanted to ask you this as we sort of pivot away from the conversation about ABK. Like, how are you feeling about the brand right now as someone who's maybe feeling a bit let down by Starfield and maybe like hasn't, like, because I was thinking the other day, you haven't really played that many first-party games, have you? Like, you played Hi-Fi Rush and you enjoyed that, but we maybe played Grounded last year. I mean, I suppose we played Halo multiplayer. I don't think you finished the campaign, did you?
No.
I know you started Will of the Wisps for RE, but I'm just curious to get a sense for how you feel because obviously like I go on and on about like a lot of these games have clicked with me, but I just wanted to know how you kind of feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I guess when you unpack it, yeah, there hasn't been a huge amount of first party games I played. They're all ones I want to get around to and are definitely on my radar. Yeah, Starfield hasn't hit for me right now. But I feel like that could just be sort of my headspace and just sort of where I am currently. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know why Starfield never really clicked for me, but I feel like something, later down the line.
It's okay if it hasn't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. I do think later down the line though, it's definitely something I'm going to see myself come back to and probably enjoy and think, why the hell didn't this click with me before? But yeah, I mean, just looking in whether or not I play those first parties or not, there's still a lot of stuff to be excited for. Hellblade also being another one I haven't really played, and 2 on the horizon.
Technically not first party though, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But no, there's lots of stuff. It's definitely in its best place, for me included. I do want to get around to playing these games and I'm excited for them. And there's lots I'm excited to play in the future as well, like Fable, Avowed and all that. They're very much like well up there for me as my most anticipated. I think we can both agree that as much as I was absolutely buzzing for Starfield, I always said it wasn't like those other games were still
Yeah, that's true.
taking Starfield. Yeah, we're still over Starfield for me. So, but that's just because I've never been a huge, I guess, just
Sci-fi.
sci-fi person. Yeah, like it's fine and I do enjoy it, but it's never been. I've been much more high fantasy, magic, sort of medieval kind of vibes than sci-fi vibes. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely not upset with where it is, but I know what you mean though. I definitely um have lacked on the whole first party thing, but I don't know why.
But it's just to me like it seems like there's a couple of PlayStation games in the past few years that have grabbed you and
Yeah,
you've pounded through. But even then, that's not all of them. Like you haven't played God of War,
no,
either of them, and you
yeah.
haven't played
I'm very weird with my games at the moment. But
Horizon.
no, I haven't played Horizon. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm very weird with my games at the moment. I definitely latch onto weird things. Like I latched onto Resident Evil 4 and love that. Latched onto Final Fantasy immediately and love that. And I'm buzzing for 7 Rebirth as well, which I actually found out it's actually playable at Comic Con, which I'm going to at the end of October. So I'll actually be able
Very
to
nice.
play Rebirth there. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like my gaming taste has changed a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's why the Bethesda formula didn't click with me this time as much as it did previously. But yeah, who's to
Yeah,
say?
makes sense. Yeah, no, just to me. Yeah. No, interesting. So, like, because I reckon you're not the only one, right? I reckon there are some people, as much as we can sit here on a podcast and be like, well, Xbox has had a good year, and actually, I mean, last year was rough, but 2021 was good, and it feels like things are really starting to pick up now, and that's great for the brand. What if there are listeners that haven't liked Starfield? It's not like
Mm.
that's an unpopular opinion. There are a lot of people. It's a reasonably polarizing game. Reasonably. Forza isn't for everyone, even though that just come out. We haven't even spoke about that today, and we're not going to because of time.
Yeah.
And Hi-Fi Rush, again, like critical darling, but not everybody's going to have heard of it, and it's not going to be everyone's thing. I wonder. But I guess maybe there are probably some people who feel the same about PlayStation, right? God of War
Mm.
doesn't do that much for me, and I'm not really into Marvel stuff, so that's not. So it just depends, I guess, as well for you. We didn't mention it, but like I imagine you're not feeling let down by the brand, but
No.
I imagine a lot of the value is coming to you just through Game Pass, right?
Yeah, it
So
is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like all of these things I'm still and like games I'm planning to play, like Lies of P, Atomic Heart, and all these, they're very much on my list to play, are accessible via Games Pass. And everything I am playing or have played this year, aside from Diablo, I haven't really bought many games. I bought Combat as well, but like, yeah, it's just there's just still a lot of value there for me, and yeah, regardless of me playing these first party games, there's still plenty of reason for me to be in the ecosystem and enjoying it, just in terms of value. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, on the topic of
You
Tim
got this,
not
man.
finishing the Halo campaign, Halo Season 5 comes out in 2 days.
This looks good. I watched the trailer for this and I was like, this looks pretty cool. Although I was hoping I didn't I thought maybe the mode was like invasion when I first saw it. Or like
I
something like
wish.
that. And I was just like, oh, it's actually not. Because I actually remember Googling afterwards. I was like, what is this game mode? And I was like, oh, it still sounds
Yeah.
cool, but like I thought maybe it was like a different name for like invasion or something. But yeah.
Invasion has a place, I think, in both our hearts, doesn't it?
Yeah, invasion's great. I think it has a lot of place in a lot of places in a lot of people's hearts. That didn't make sense. But yeah, I think Invasion has become a pretty loved game mode, like on reflection. I think loads of people want to see that come back. Had its
Yeah, I think they
flaws,
do.
but
Yeah, I guess it's just in a difficult place, isn't it? Because it's kind of like they tried to emulate that a little bit with Warzone. Like they threw a couple of extra flares in there with like some PvE stuff, and some progression. You could buy weapons depending on your performance and stuff. But Yeah, I think it's in a tricky place of like it would require a lot of resources to develop. I think because big maps and I can see why they're sticking to the arena and big team battle as the main things for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to talk about it because it's getting a lot of positivity, and I believe I said the same thing for season 4 on the podcast as well. But this one is like especially like meaty, and I think I tweeted something to the effect of like, I don't know what the fuck the new leadership is feeding 343 over there, but keep it the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what's changed, but keep doing this because like they're pumping out seasons every 3 months. They're cramming loads of stuff into each one, and they're even doing like half season updates with just like casually dropping like quite big features. So it's really impressive, and like I mean, like what was happening before? I mean, like I was never mega critical of what was going on there, but like now that things have changed so much, like I assumed it was just difficulty with development. I didn't assume there was actually a leadership barrier, but it's kind of, and I still don't know if that's the case, but it's kind of feeling that way because the MCC guys taking over.
Timing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
but
absolutely. Maybe the wheels are finally turning now, and
yeah. But you can't argue with the results. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
So I've got a big list of the stuff that came with it. And not all of it was even in the trailer. So just in the trailer, I think they showed off 2 new maps. One of those maps looks fucking amazing, the Needler Cave one.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it has like interactive map things that you shoot and then the needlers like chase you and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. Yeah.
Which I know a lot of the community has been asking for, like more maps with interactable stuff. And I agree. Like a lot of the older maps had that sort of like they would have teleporters or they'd have stuff where you could interact with bits around the map. So I'm glad that they've started to work some of that in. So it's flood themed. It's all flood themed. The battle pass, which looks great.
Yeah, it looks cool.
A lot of people are happy about that. We're not as high on flood generally as like a lot of the fan base are. I think that's fair to say, isn't it, Tim?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I do like the flood though, and I do think this armor looks sick. Like the armor in the battle pass. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Very creative. They've added like a variant of the bandit, which is just a scope bandit, and very, very slightly different stats. So like no biggie, they're not adding a weapon, but it's a scope bandit. Forge AI is obviously a huge one. That's the first time. I don't know if there's another Forge. Like I don't know if like Fortnite has something like this. Like I don't know if another creative suite within a game has something like this right now, where you can add AI into it.
Don't think
and
so.
like I'm such a dum-dum. I don't even know. Like I'm struggling to get excited because I can't even think how this is going to be. What people are going to do with this. Like I feel like people could make like small campaign levels or small encounters. You know, I don't know, or maybe mix them into custom games. But like they definitely just blew the lid off on some things because like all of the campaign AI is there, including bosses, like hunters. There's a really cool boss fight near the end of the campaign, Tim, which is like an elite who will like go invisible, like in this dark room, and he'll like appear behind you. And then you've got to thrust out the way and then get your damage in. Bosses in the campaign generally really good, the AI really good. So that's super exciting stuff. And Marines can be in it as well, so I don't think
it's cool.
It's just, it's like, I think it's given the community, it's given like a lot of new life to what Forge and custom games could mean and could do. We'll have to see.
Definitely.
New game mode.
People can make their own war zones with the Forge AI, right?
Yeah, they could. And this new 343 has been very keen to get community maps into the playlist. Like we're seeing them all over the place, and I think they announced this later again, not in the trailer, but they're putting out a Halo 3 playlist with community made maps. In November, there's like 6 of them, and I don't know if you've played on any of the community made maps, Tim, on Infinite, but they're like indistinct. They're like pretty much indistinguishable from dev made maps. Some of them like feel like they are. Some of them feel like very, very, very good Forge maps, and that's like just fantastic. New game mode, which is the extraction thing, and then they announced Firefight at the end, like coming in the season. Firefight King of the Hill, they said, which is very exciting to a lot of people.
What is what is in Firefight, like the firefight we know.
The firefight, yeah, it
Oh,
was
okay.
at the end of the
What
trailer.
does King of the Hill mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, so I initially thought, I don't know if you thought the same thing. I was like, so is this like a Gambit thing from Destiny, where it's
Yeah,
like
maybe.
PvE? But then I read more into it, and it turns out it is Firebite, but it's a bit of just a different flavor of it,
Oh,
where
okay.
you have to move to different zones throughout the map.
Oh, I see. Okay, and like hold them down. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, I
yeah.
see. Yeah. Cool.
Obviously, that's a big feature. I'm excited to see how they pull that off, and if you like get weapons throughout and you can buy different loadouts, I think that could be fun. Bearing in mind all of this XP is going into battle passes and your rank. Don't forget, there's a rank now. You
Oh my
fucking level up,
God.
guys.
Fucking hell, man. Finally.
And let's not double forget, they also announced that you get the Master Chief Armor Core at max rank. So, there are lots of people going to be grinding that out to get the 117.
Or they'll just shoot
armor
straight
max
to
rank.
it and have it immediately.
Or yeah, that's right. But I think that's a great idea. Like, a lot of the Halo community has been very critical of it's great you've added levels, but why can't I show off my progress? So I think that's great. Like, if you see Chief on the battlefield, oh fuck, that's max rank. It's like the John Wick skin in Fortnite.
Yeah. It'd be cool if they did a similar thing to Overwatch, though. You could also reset your rank and get like a badge thing to be like, oh, this guy's max rank twice over. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But it's a step in the right direction. Yeah.
It's good.
Cool.
And they announced as well, you can get XP in custom games now. It's capped daily, but you can get XP in custom games, which I think is great. I'm glad they're loosening up on this stuff.
Yeah.
Halo doesn't need to be this hyper competitive thing. I'm glad it has that space, but to me, Halo is always this, I can dip my toes in this and do a bit of that and do a bit of that. And I can always feel like I'm doing something while I'm doing it all.
Yeah.
So you might think, geez, Deck, that's quite a lot. Yeah, well, I'm not done. Fucking shut your mouth. I'm not done. Because they showed it. Yeah, good. I'm glad. Because they showed an infographic afterwards. Again, they're not in the trailer. And they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, there's new equipment coming this season as well. Not on day one, but it's coming. The repair field. Don't know what it means. Don't know what it does. I imagine it's something similar to the Halo 3 fucking thing.
Yeah, you can insinuate what it's going to do, right? It's just going to slowly regen your shields up if you stand in it or something.
Sounds something like that. You will have to see. I just hope that it's novel enough that it interacts with the sandbox, because as cool as the last one was, the quantum locator, I don't know if you've used that. It doesn't feel much like a sandboxy item, which is fine. They don't all need to, but it's it doesn't really. I don't feel like it interacts that well with. I mean, I guess maybe I haven't played around with it enough. It's that thing where you put down a warp and then you can come back to it whenever you want. And then for the duration after you've done it once, you can come back to that last one and to that last one. So it's so maybe if you have certain weaponry, it does. But to me, it didn't feel like it did in the same way that a repulsor or a grappling hook does, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So... Wow. Well, good. I'm glad this is happening. There's a lot of positive chatter happening right now. That leadership change has clearly had some sort of really positive impact, because this is a lot of content in one season, and there'll be another season coming in 3 months' time. You haven't played since launch? You log in? There's fucking 5 battle passes for you to do.
Yeah, it's true. It's definitely appealing. Yeah, especially as we're sort of dipping our toes back into this sort of area, aren't we? With Siege and stuff like that, of just getting a group of mates on and playing. Can we do this with Halo again? We did it once, maybe we can do it again, with all this coming back. Did you mention that the helmets were going cross-core as well? I see that was a note.
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's hype. That's crazy hype. That's genuinely something I was asking for, when we were first playing Infinite, is why the fuck is everything just locked to specific cores, and so now they've done that with helmets and visor colors, if I'm not correct, as well. So
helmets, visor colors, and I think armor colors in general. I think armor colors can be used across everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's big in my opinion. That's a very nice change. Yeah, one that was definitely needed.
Yeah, I agree. And it's clear that I'm glad that they're like, even though it's taking time because it was baked into the fundamentals of the game, I'm glad they listened and they said, we're going to do this.
Mm.
And they are still doing it, because this cross-core thing is like, like Jesus, the amount of work they must be having to go through each piece of armor individually and make it work. And I'm glad they are, because it's paying off. They're earning a lot of goodwill at the moment. And I hope when this launches, we do see, some of those player counts creep back up, even if it's just for a week or so. I think it would give it a good shot in the arm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, always rooting for Halo Infinite. Definitely.
What do you think, Tim? Give it a go this week or not?
When does this drop?
17th. Tuesday?
I mean, I'm off this week. I'll be looking for things to play, outside of some single player stuff and Siege, but Siege will obviously be only with the big group.
Yeah.
Sure, man. Yeah, I mean, let's see if I got it installed first, because with my internet connection, that might take me a week. I'm pretty sure I have it installed. Like, I'm almost certain. But
you can play on Thursday.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'd be up for giving this a go. Yeah, definitely.
We'll see how I get on. Cool. So that's Halo Infinite. Rooting for Halo Infinite. And that's not even to mention that there is still this secret mode going, getting worked on in the background by Certain Affinity. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
Tim, I'm finally going to close your poll. You got 50% Hellblade and 50% Atomic Heart. That's right.
Oh, Jesus Christ! So was one of those votes you?
No, I can't vote.
Oh, who voted Atomic Heart? Let's go. I guess it comes down to a coin toss, right?
I guess so, man.
I just typed COS into Google instead of coin toss.
COS? Oh.
I just combined it.
Oh, I'm so nervous. What's he gonna get?
All right, so we got heads for Hellblade.
I only think
it's for Atomic Heart.
It's only sensible that you play Hellblade, really. So
shut up. Respect the coin flip.
Okay. Wait, was it heads? Okay. What is that? Is that a head?
That's tails. It's Atomic Heart. I'm sorry.
It's bullshit.
I told you to respect the coin flip. You immediately don't respect it.
It's another fucking first party game that he won't play.
Yeah, but Atomic Heart was day one Games Pass, so that's something.
Is it even still on it?
Value out of the brand, mate. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. All right. What time are we on? We've managed to really squeeze a lot of time out of two stories.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what we'll do, Tim. Open up the original 116 document. Oh. Like, it just ends with me going, I'll tell you what we'll do, Tim.
All right. What am I doing?
Go to the original 116 document.
Okay.
And just fucking scroll through it real quick. And you just tell me if there's anything there that you are feeling particularly impassioned about.
God. Minecraft Dungeons. Okay.
We all know Tim's passionate about Minecraft Dungeons.
Rim job, Ryan stepping down. I fucking be asked. That picture of him with the PlayStation controller is hilarious.
Isn't it so funny? Yeah.
He looks so like uncomfortable. Like he's never held it in his life.
Yeah. Why are his thumbs on the bottom of the controller? His fingers aren't even on the triggers, man. Why is he gripping it like it's a fucking pencil?
Layoffs everywhere. That's depressing. No.
Yeah.
Don't want to end on that. Forza. I feel like if we're going to talk about a game, maybe the Hellblade 2.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. Because I think it's quite interesting that is quote unquote playable from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Sources say. Which I guess do we see that I mean immediately, but I know you got it bullet pointed here, but immediately, yeah, do you see it at the The fucking is it the Game Awards? Yeah.
The Game Awards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I actually am struggling to remember if it was there. Was it there last year? Hang on, when are we? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was. Or was it? I'm really getting
No,
a bit
it
muddled now
was. I'm
because
pretty sure that gameplay slice we saw was the Game Awards, right?
no, it definitely was the Game Awards. I just can't remember if that was 2022.
Oh no,
No, it wasn't.
It was the one before.
It wasn't because everybody threw a fucking hissy fit, didn't they? That Xbox weren't at the Game Awards.
Yeah,
Everyone was
so
like,
it was 2021. We saw their gameplay slice, I think.
Yeah,
which is nuts to think about.
That is nuts to think about. Yeah, like Hellblade 2 has been like quite a big cock tease.
Yeah,
like just to keep
absolutely.
It real.
Yeah, they've been blue balling us for years.
Yeah, I am incredibly buzzed about that game. But my God, like, give a man's testes a break.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Just think of the nut when it finally.
It's gonna be the nut for sure. The nuts and all nuts.
Yeah. The nut you can play outside.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick to my guns from last year, man. I think they should fucking tell Jeff Keighley to do one.
You think?
I think
you're hoping. You're vibing for a January direct, are you?
Yeah, and if that means I have to wait a couple of months more, fuck it. I mean, Xbox is hardly going to be at the Game Awards anyway, are they? They're not going to win a single fucking thing, so might as well just save it for January.
That's true. That's depressing, but so there's no direct confirmed for this year, but there is one confirmed for January.
Nothing's confirmed. I'm assuming. Well. We've had I think it was Phil who said, like, yeah, we're going to do more than one show a year now. I can only assume that means we'll be back next year.
Okay, so you don't think there's a possibility we see a direct late this year that covers this and a couple other things?
I don't think so. I think Xbox might turn up at the TGAs in some capacity because the timing is good to talk about ABK. But I think they want to save stuff for their own shows from now on. I mean, I hope so anyway. That seems to be the strategy. And, you know, I don't want to take credit for it, but someone from Xbox...
You're not going to take credit for the direct, are you? The direct. Yeah. Someone from Xbox better send me a check. That's all I'm saying.
Look, if I dig through my garbage, I will find...
Don't.
A napkin that says Developer Direct as one of my many ideas for the Xbox.
You could have just wrote that yesterday in preparation for this bit.
No,
and crumpled it up. Or are you telling me you haven't emptied your trash can for like a
correct.
year?
That is correct.
Nice. Yeah, no, it might be Q1 now, or like.
I've always thought that of the marquee releases next year that we know about, Hellblade is going to be half one and Avowed will be half two.
Okay.
I can't remember if I ever did land on a quarter, but if I'd probably say
for Q1. I could be vibing for Q1 at this rate. You know, there's no reason why you don't see it in depth at a January direct and then see a March to April release date.
Man, can you imagine? Can you imagine if they do the whole fucking Hi-Fi Rush thing?
Yeah, here it is. No, it's too. I think it's too. I don't want to say too big for that and put Hi-Fi Rush down, but like, I don't know. I can't see it. But maybe.
Yeah. Hellblade released in 2017. Will have been 7 years in development since then. By next year, yeah, I don't know. I think it's maybe they do. I just don't know how often Xbox do this. Like, announce a release date and release it. Like, I don't know how often they do that. Yeah. It feels like to me they always will give a release year, or a release window quite far ahead. But maybe, you know, things are changing. Xbox is going through changes.
That's it. Now I'm glad I picked this story.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad. Yeah.
That was good. We got a new intro jingle.
I should make that. I should make that, shouldn't I, for the server and on the soundboard. So instead of a sad horn, I can do that.
Yeah. It's a bit long. Yeah. Sung for like 10 seconds. Yeah,
we're just both staring at the camera with a blank light.
What, it just goes off. Oh god. That's funny.
I'm like, hold the note at the end.
Yeah.
If you change it.
That was beautiful.
3-hour long podcast. Thank you. If someone came in this door right now and pointed a gun to my fucking temple,
shit,
I would say, firstly, pull it, you pussy, and then I'd say Hellblade's coming out in quarter 2. if it doesn't,
what do you mean? He never come back. In this scenario, he never asked you a question. You just say that.
No.
He just put a gun to your head, and you'd be like, "Yo, bro, Hellblade's coming out Q1."
No, Q2.
Q2. Nah, I'm saying Q1. Yeah. And I'm always right about these things. Apart from the fact that pretty much everything I picked hasn't released on Fan Secrets. Apart from that, I'm very good at this.
Yeah, my man did pick Lords of the Fallen and Payday, so it's not looking.
Lords of the Fallen was looking pretty hot coming in.
You get baited in by fucking graphics, shiny graphics,
no,
man.
Don't.
You also picked Rock AC. You picked Rock A City.
Yeah, I did pick that. That was bad. I saw Chuck Norris and I just went blank. I had to pick it.
It's fair enough, honestly. I had a point here, and that was it. The thing is, if it comes out quarter 1, like actually legitimately just shadow drop it. Like actually just do it. Like stop fucking around. Don't show it and then make me wait a month. Just drop it right now. I set the internet on fire. Let it get a 90 because as we've seen, if you fucking put the codes out too early, everybody starts going, "Oh, don't know about this."
Yeah. And make sure you give
these scores being too high.
Everyone, make sure you give a code to Eurogamer this time. We might get a 6 out of them.
Yeah,
instead of a 5.
if we're lucky. Yeah, this is very exciting for me. I'm sure it's very exciting for a lot of people. I know Hellblade has had like I think Hellblade has had a bit of a cult classic kind of thing to it. I hope they manage to live up to the first one. And also having Starfield, Forza, Hellblade like within a 6-month space is great. I've been saying for so long, Xbox needs these mass appeal games. The smaller ones are fucking awesome. They've been doing a good job with them. Your Grounded, your Pentiments, your Hi-Fi Rushes. But they need to get people in the door. Yeah. They need the ecosystem sellers. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think this could for sure be one of them. It's going to look bonkers, man. This game is going to look absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. No, it is going to look really good. Yeah.
But I can't think of any other games that have been playable maybe from start to finish that, and then like what the time period for that is after. I guess it depends because a lot of people say like Starfield, for example, was a game that I think we knew was playable from start to finish at the end of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And ended up releasing at the end of 2023, because I wanted to put polishing and stuff. So, and I know, they have a bug problem over there at Bethesda. It's the creation engine, like supposedly the creation engine is a nightmare to work with. So, but I think they're just using Unreal Engine 25 by the looks of it for Hellblade 2. So,
Unreal Engine 25.
Yeah, it's going to be so unreal. It's just Real Engine. Actually, they just changed.
I was just about to make that joke. Beat me to it by like a fucking second. I was about to be like, it's just Real Engine at this point. Yeah. Damn, man.
Yeah. Great minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, well played.
GG. Respect GG, well played.
GG's around. Like actually on a level, Tim, I know you're like fucking with me, but are you going to play Hellblade 2?
2?
Or like,
no.
Yeah, no, okay.
I won't play 2 before 1. I ain't just going to jump straight into 2.
Right, okay.
I'm not that kind of guy. I don't be doing that.
Right. Okay. So is this like
But
some
sure.
intentional griefing sort of thing?
No.
It's just like, I'm not going to play Hellblade 1 and therefore I'm not going to play Hellblade 2 because I need to play Hellblade 1 first.
No. I'll
Like intentional
play
sabotage.
Hellblade 1 before year's end.
No, you fucking won't.
Fuck off.
You won't do it. I bet you won't do it.
I know you're doing some fucking reverse psychology kind of shit on me. I don't give a shit. I could definitely do it.
You're not going to do
It's
it.
not even a
though.
long game.
No,
It's some shitty fucking indie game.
Never heard you more motivated to play Hellblade.
Yeah, right. If it's to get you, I will play Hellblade. If it's to prove you wrong.
God, I'm so angry.
And I'll play it on easy
so
mode, and I'll go through it in like 4 hours. Get that shit done. Checkbox ticked.
You'll love it, man. Like, you'll really love it. Like, for real, you will really like it.
Tell me what I love.
Okay, you'll hate it. You'll fucking despise it, man.
Don't tell me what I hate.
You should do it. You should do it just to tell me how much you hate it. You should play through all of it, every last drop, just to tell me how much you hate it.
Yeah, 100% it. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, that'd really get me. That'd really upset me if you did that.
But no, fine. I will sit here live and say I will play Hellblade by year's end. Easy clap.
What a perfect time to play it at Halloween as well.
Starfield. Diablo.
Trash game that. Yeah, what's that about? If someone had told me at the beginning of this year that you weren't going to play Diablo and Starfield, I'd have shat in my own hands and clapped. I wouldn't have believed that at all.
It's true. It's true. It's been a wacky year for me. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't explain it. I just
I can't explain this.
There are some games that I'm like, I'm playing this, and that's it.
It just is.
There are some games that just didn't click right now. Yeah. Can't quite explain it, man. But
I think, therefore, I am.
God.
You like that? You like a bit of Descartes?
Mm-hmm.
But don't say you don't get everything here. A bit of cogito ergo sum.
Yeah, I know all of those people.
That's not. It's not a person. I think that's Latin. That's Latin.
It's my favorite kind of ramen.
Yeah. Goes well with chili, actually. Yeah, chili con carne. Bit of cogito ergo sum. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Delicious. Anyway.
All right. Yeah.
We're done here.
I guess we're done here, guys. And don't get us wrong. Like, we would have. Like, we know a lot has happened, right? And we did open the show and say, look, help if you want to be guided. But hopefully we covered the main things. Because, Tim, like we said, Forza came out. There's a PlayStation 5 Slim, for fuck's sake, and it looks the same. Mm. It's got a little kickstand. Have you seen it?
Got a little, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, because it's really funny because, like just make a fucking console that lies on its side.
Yeah.
Just make a console that lies on its side.
Mm-hmm. No, they have to make it curvy, dude. Curvy's in these days. Flat surface? No thanks.
Simple, easy, and efficient? No, thank you. I would like overcomplicated and overdesigned. Thank you very much.
Worst case scenario, we build another one with a kickstand. The guys literally just like, we could just make it flat. Get out.
No. Get out. So get out fucking meme, like, lob him out the window, yeah. Jimbo's going as well, you know.
Thank God.
Holding the controller like that, it's disgraceful.
I'm not surprised, yeah. Fucking guy's probably never played a game in his life.
Oh, I probably should quickly say this, right? It's not a story, so don't get excited. I know you're all probably dying for us to keep going, but ZeniMax is, because we've spoken about it with quite a lot of excitement on the show. ZeniMax Online Studios game, guys who are making Elder Scrolls Online, are making a new IP, and Jason Schreier popped into some random Reddit thread to confirm that. And the reason I say that is because there was a lot of rumors about this, like there being a Mandalorian game, and I'm like, we've all convinced ourselves this is happening, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing behind this. So they're doing a new IP, which is still pretty exciting.
But it is Mandalorian.
No.
Sweet. Can't wait for that.
No. Oh no.
Opium, dude.
Oh no. He's suffering from
It's a bait.
Xbox psychosis. Xboskis.
It's an elaborate bait. That's all it is. He wants it all for himself.
Who's the baitee and who's the baiter here? I'm so confused.
That's for you to decide, depending on what you believe.
Jesus Christ, this is all gone a bit deep, isn't it? It's all getting a bit weird.
It's pretty sad though, no Mandalorian game. But regardless, yeah, there's no bad thing. It's kind of cool. No doubt it'll be an MMO of some kind. That's all they do.
Yeah, I kind of hope they do like a shared world thing rather than an MMO, but they probably will. They've got the infrastructure for an MMO, so they probably will, and then focus PC as the primary audience and maybe Xbox as the secondary. So we'll see.
I think that's what they'll do. Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. Fucking all right. Let's sign off, Tim.
Yeah.
Why are you sat like that?
I don't know.
So Tim's in a very goofy mood. You don't get him in these moods often. Take advantage of it.
I haven't eaten anything today. I legit woke up. Actually, no, I had a small... I'm not 10, by the way, but I did have a small bowl of Cocoa Pops.
A small bowl?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just a small one.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't eaten anything. I'm starving. It's 4.
Yeah.
And this guy just keeps going, oh, one more thing.
I fucking did it one time.
Itself,
I did it one time.
I'm essentially eating myself over here. Yeah, that's what's going on. Let me get a ham sandy.
Said that's so weird.
It's been great, everyone. It's been great to be
Ham
back.
sandy.
It's, it was a shame that we couldn't do it last week because of Deck's crappy infrastructure. And just resolve. Just generally, you quit a bit early, if you ask me. But yeah, it's been great to be back. It's a great episode, and we'll see you guys hopefully on the regular weekly cadence.
Yeah.
Next week.
Bye guys.
Any words, Deck?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Take care. Love you lots. Xbox for the win. Am I right?
What? Toxic.
Come follow me on Twitter. I'm nearly 100 followers.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, right.
Go follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
He gets in arguments. It's great.
I don't mean to.
Well, I don't know. Some of them are a bit pokey. Some of your comments.
I mean, I guess, yeah. Fair enough.
But yeah, have a good Sunday, everyone. Bye bye.